Hi everyone, my name is Elliot. I'm the co-founder of Mnemonic AI, where we create psychographic buyer personas with artificial intelligence. Personas are a powerful tool. They can lead to a substantial increase in leads, conversions and revenue, but only if they are done right. There are many myths and pitfalls around persona creation, and I will highlight a few of those. Let us start with myth number 1. I know my clients, so I know my personas. I have no doubt that if you work in an industry long enough, you have a pretty clear understanding of who your customers are. But building personas just based on those assumptions, feelings, and history might be very misleading. Markets change, industries change, products change, especially now in days like these. Your customers are not the same what they were before COVID. So if you create personas, it is very important to have a fully objective view. Myth number 2, human bias and persona creation. This is directly related to myth number 1. And I put so much emphasis on those two because they're the most important part when it comes to persona creation. And it is the fact to be 100% objective. And being 100% objective means that you have to step away from your thoughts, from your feelings, from your expectations, and let really the data speak and follow a 100% data-driven approach. Many organizations start doing it, some don't. And this can be very, very misleading, because you will not be able to uncover blind spots that suddenly occur. You might miss certain market trends, and you might miss customer groups that are new, that you were not maybe even aware of. Therefore, always try to keep human bias out of your persona creation. Myth number 3, persona creation is highly time consuming. Historically, I agree 100%. Because as we know, the creation process was mainly based on gathering information from different departments, whether it's sales, marketing, customer support, and try to find common ground within their assumptions, which can be extremely time consuming. Because if you have 10 people in the same room, you will end up with having 10 different opinions. Nowadays, where the trend goes towards a more data-driven approach, this becomes easy. Because you really only focus on internal and external data sources that reflect what customers are actually talking about, so real facts. Additionally, with the increasing computation power, the time involved in analyzing the data becomes less and less. So something that took sometimes weeks and days can be now done in real time. Myth number 4, persona creation is expensive. Price is relative, right? If you think about that, personas could really be the foundation for customer centricity and to drive sales, revenue, and leads. You should ask your question, what is it worth to have a clear understanding about your customer base? If you think and you want to save money just by gathering some assumptions internally and using a simple template where you dump in the information, don't bother. Be aware that if you want to extract the most out of personas, if you make them really valuable for your organizations, you need to have a certain amount of investment. Historically, the cost for persona creation was so associated with amounts between $150,000 and $300,000. This sounds a lot, and yes, it is for larger organizations, but nevertheless, it was a big chunk of money. But if you just think about it, let's say you have $3 million in revenue. And by now tailoring your messaging, your branding, and everything around your customers, you will, let's say, get an increase in sales of like 4%. This investment will have amortized itself within 1 year. So why was there such a high cost associated with persona creation? It was because it was really a mixture between hiring expensive external consultants, gathering huge workshops from your most valuable employees, and often in addition buying expensive market research paper. The good news is that artificial intelligence nowadays allows you to save a lot of those costs. Sentiment analysis, emotion analysis, GAN, all those different AI features will help you to extract information from internal and external data sources that can be now used to follow a 100% data-driven approach and not be dependent on external consultancies that charge horrendous fees. However, be critical. Offerings of a $40 AI-driven persona creation might be a little too optimistic too. There are vendors out there that state that they create AI-driven personas based on your Google Analytics. And this can be very misleading. You will end up with a simple RFM analysis, so simple target audience that you can do by yourself with one click in Google Analytics. The important part of personas is that they reflect the real needs, pain points, emotions, and triggers of your different customer bases. And this is not done within minutes. And it is not done for $40. There is a balance, and I'm sure you will find it.